think she's trying to tell me that she loves me? Sat across the table, her hand in mine, blue latex gloves on, I'm trying to file her nails, so brittle I could crack from tip to root if mistaken, gentle with the clippers. She asks why a boy would know how to paint nails. And I hear, faggot. You remind me of an old friend. She grimaces, baring her top teeth like this proximity pains her. I shake the bottle of Rimmel London Crimson Kiss. Her niece bought it in a few months ago, if I remember right. And he never painted his nails. Her eyebrow furrows. I wipe the clag from the brush on the rim of the bottle and fashion a cushion for her hand from paper towels. And he wasn't a nurse. I'm a carer, thanks for the promotion. I hear faggot. He was a teacher. She chuckles. I'm sure she's something smug on his behalf. She asks if I have a boyfriend, if he paints his nails. I say no and no because I don't know how to explain what non-binary is or what acrylics are. I change the sicky subject back. Try to ease the pressure of the room. And what did he teach? She pauses. Looks me in the eyes. Drama. I hear faggot. I think she's trying to tell me that she loves me.
You know, there's a name for the children that grew up with a sibling that took up significantly more of their parents' time. No one's fault, but they sort of just got left behind. Glass children. The siblings of those with disability, mental, physical, those of us who did all we could to stay strong for everyone else. And I get why it seems we're made of glass. See-through. I think that's what it's getting at, but glass implies that we're fragile, like we may break at any moment, like we should be handled with caution. I prefer the idea that we're steel or iron, brass. It doesn't really matter which. We don't shine, we don't draw attention, but we're reliable, we're resilient. We're overlooked and taken for granted, but we're needed and depended on, and we are so strong. Nothing like glass. We've been pushed and shoved and berated and forgotten, and we stand here still in one piece after all these years. We were steel kids. That's a part of us we'll carry forever.
Broken medication. Got complacent and practiced meditation, facing fears through the lenses of our teachers and the skeptical placements of the views passed down. She told me stop thinking, live it now. Stop deciphering the world for a minute. Be in it or it'll pass you by and you'll never have seen it. But a sinner's mind never rests and give us the time to feel the best when the reluctant only watches. I told her I can't stop this. I can't feel myself carrying the weight of others, hesitant stutters and misplaced lovers, hard-working mothers and fathers finding a new role. Touch my soul before it's old. Sold a dream but need a refund, watching reruns curled up on the sofa, but still your mind keeps ticking over, no surprise you're never sober. I pressed the pause to get some air in my lungs, still burnt from the ash and smoke. I'm glad we spoke, but the room's so loud, I can't see through the cloud, but say I'm sound, I'm kind of proud I'm still going if I'm honest. But promises keep falling through and city streets still piercing blue, sirens in the distance. She stopped me and said, can you stop rambling? Let's see if I can stitch the seam. I know it seems hopeless and you're dangling. Even though I appreciate the perspective that you're angling, I think you need a new one. I said it's always what you want. Immediately retract my statement. I'm sorry, but I lost my patience. There's just things I'm facing and the mirror's the hardest one and you always hold it for me. She said, I know, but I want you to see the beauty behind the iris. I laughed a little, first time in a while. Broke a smile and caught myself for a moment. Picked apart the words we've spoken. I feel I'm floating when I'm with you. But gravity's still an old friend. Have you got a shoulder you can lend? Or maybe just an ear to rant to? Stick to my skin, we'll roll in sand dunes. Cause I find it hard to shake it off. And can you tell me when the pain will stop? Or at least when the dopamine will kick in? Funny how it's always too late. Slow it down and start a new pace. Knew the old me but found a new face. I'm diving deeper in the bluest lakes.
Compliance clasped tongue, tensed up, timid, tiptoed over a tissue-thin ambition that existed. But who'd listen? Rather give in than lead a life of conviction. Instead, people-pleasing pirouettes of it's fine, I don't mind, as people continually crossed over lines. Confidence shrinking like cellophane wrapped up in knots started to feel as good as it got, clinging on to the lanes given, taking care not to seem too driven. Stick to endless laps of false security trapped decades past, when a rage replacement service ruptured through that once tame surface. Defiance made tongue free, taking over what once was meek. Defiance does not waver when they speak. It noticed how old obedient ways would collect praise, but that would not always equal pay. Compliance needed to be moved out of the way, so confidence could be smoothed down like cellophane, reclaimed, and proud of the wrinkles that would remain, ready for the bumps in the lanes they now get to choose, moving in spaces that welcome them, even if it is overwhelming at times. It's enlightening to realise what's been on their mind, and each crumple smoothed out, assured they get to see through a truth unobscured.
I should sing some song with a stranger's wife in a small village pub while it rains outside. Say to a bloke that we're losing our way while I roll up a note and he chops me a line. I should break up with my future, and when it asks why, I'll say that I'm sorry, it's just not the right time. Drink once for the heartbreak, once for the light, and once for this thing that we all call life. I might go to a place I don't need to be and smile at a stressed out mother of three. Say hello to a face that I wouldn't have seen. Discuss Harry Kane or the Pfizer vaccine. I might notice a notice board on the side and go to Pilates to find a wife. I might try to remember it's all alright and start living this thing that we all call life. I could bump into that girl that I wanted to text and hear all my words come out in a mess. Spend an hour or so with a scene in my head coming up with the jokes I wish that I said. I might make a meeting with a man who moves too fast, talk business, bureaucracy and Bluetooth glass. He'll recommend me the future and choosing a path, and I'll recommend 3 grams of shrooms for a laugh. I should go back to loving her with trouble in her eyes. I know there's something that she needs that I just can't provide. I should sit around for half an hour and watch it all unfold. See that sinking man with Sainsbury's flowers trying to change what he's been told. And when his bouquet's in the bin, I'll watch some other way. Another clunk of consciousness is trying to spend a day. I should find some time and watch it fly. Realise none of that was mine. We all just share a tiny slice. Fill it up with trusting eyes, lines and pints, 9 to 5s. Learn some things, learn they're wrong, and when it's gone, they'll call you nice. Here, that's what your great granddad looked like. Another picture lost somewhere along the line of one more bunch of atoms that live this thing called life.
When it was time to choose our subjects for GCSE, my geography teacher asked me to choose history. I said, "But Miss Nanji, I thought you liked me. You said I had a charming personality." She looked me in the eyes and nudged her glasses down a bit. She said, "Anna, you can't read a map, and that's not even half of it. You barely attend, you don't listen, and you said geography was just rocks and maps and shit." And she really did say shit, so I knew she meant it. Education's not for everyone, and maybe it's not for you. And that's not the first time I heard that, because in 2002, when I was in year 2, Mrs. Harvey brought my mum in and said my spelling test was due. And then she sat us both down and proved to my mum I can't spell. My mum said she's doing the best she can. English wasn't her first language, but she was raising her kids well. And I really let my mum down in year 11. She didn't get why I failed my RE exam when we were raised to believe in heaven. Yeah, I've been confused since I was 7. No wonder I can't read a map. I felt lost and education felt like a trap. Until my big brother played me UK rap. He said, you don't need to know how to spell if you can make the words you say rhyme. So Getz, Kano and Skepta started taking up all of my time. Yeah, I didn't listen in geography, but I listened to Akala. He taught me iambic pentameter and made me try harder. And don't get me started on JME and how I felt the first time I listened to Integrity. It was 2015, I was failing school. He taught me alliteration was a powerful tool. Critical consciousness I learned all about from Dave. His political progression and outspoken heart made me brave. And if you're wondering why kids in school misbehave, they probably just don't feel seen. My maths teacher calling me stupid made me cry when I was only 13. So a note to Miss Nanji, who said education wasn't for me. I want to say I humbly disagree. Music was the education, and my mum's love was the inspiration. I found a way to say words, not spell them for emotional communication. Yeah, I might not have a uni degree, but I do have my community. The bravery to leave school brought me new opportunity, and I finally believe in me, and that, to me, is worth more than a geography GCSE.
So I was once told, in this world full of turmoil and strife, there's a hidden realm of kindness, a phenomenon unseen. It radiates love, a force so serene. But as time went on, I got to learn that this phenomenon is rare, and sometimes good deeds don't spread, and sometimes life just simply ain't fair. So here it goes. And correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I know, when you plant a seed for a grape tree, the fruit it yields is quite sweet. So tell me how it makes sense that when I plant a seed as sweet as Cadbury's, I reap the bitterness of cranberries. I bit her, yes, it's bitter. My pain at the frequency of a high-pitched scream in the midst of mountains and volcanoes, it echoes, and I'm just expected to take the heat. No lava, but there's definitely karma, and I can just about bear it. I can just about stand it. It took me a while to understand it, that my life was in a transit. In this same realm of kindness, a true story unfolds. They took advantage of my kindness so cold, so I decided to transform my good energy and invest in myself. My mind's in a transit, no plain journey, but it's plain to see that this life of mine is no joke, not a cartoon or movie. I'm just longing for that day that I'm finally set free, so I have to tell myself to set myself free. When you have the key to your own mind and destiny, you unlock a whole new realm of vision and what's meant to be. Imagine you're that doctor with that PhD. You need to make the first incision on your self-arranged biopsy. In this same realm, a shift takes place. Redirecting energy at my own pace, investing in myself, a true endeavor. Harnessing the love that loves and flows forever.
I'll never forget my last night with Mandy. My Mandy was different from Manilow's Mandy. Mine took without giving. Yeah, I was still smitten. Her kisses were shivers. I needed her today. So I met her. My palms were sweaty, knees weak, arms were heavy as I made my way to her place. Her beauty was gobswinging. My lips a push away from hers, and when I was with her, life's problems were in a hearse. I came with words first, but she didn't speak. Yet she knew how to please me, had my eyes doing backflips, rolling discreetly. She always greeted me friendly. That's how I got sucked in. She has tempting tendencies, tender touches on my tendons. Vast voids within me vehemently vanish when she visits me, yet she only visits me at night. The morning after, I delude myself into thinking she's gone to get bagels and batches. She hasn't abandoned me, yet she doesn't come back to me until the weekend when she knows I'll be weakened, and I know she'll be the death of me At least we'll both be numb. And she always gets the best of me, the worst is yet to come. But it came. Her grip became acrylic nails, scraping my eye sockets, extracting my tears, tormenting me with visions of the last time we met. And I said it would be the last time we'd meet. This time really will be your last time with me. It's about time I get some sleep. She looked at me and said, come on. I know you're just tired. You're saying things you don't mean. And I looked back at Mandy and said, what use is your pleasure if desolation accompanies it? What's the point of food to the man who's betrayed his soul, even if he's currently starving? So even if I continue to consume you, I know that all you offer is a deathbed. And I don't want to sleep with you anymore.
Hello everyone. As an artist, I hate being asked what I've got coming up next. Because it's like I'm making moves behind the scenes like an apparition, cutting samples with precision, musical incision. See, the music path wasn't really my decision. It was written in the stars. I just had to start the engine. But for now, see, everything's in motion. New doors will open. Heard it from the omen. Got a bucket full of lines soon. Leak it like I'm Snowden. If you want to clash, you can come and we can go then. See, I'm on my Jill Scott, living life like it's golden. Stuck to my guns like some glue or some solvent. In this game of cards, I hold myself. I can't hold them. And though my tongue has no filter, at the end of the day, I won't blame it on the Pilsner. And in some ways, that kind of reminds me of a power trip, though I'm no longer the victim. See, I came to shake it up. I brought rhythm to the system. Rebel without applause as well as artist on a mission, armed with the sound that the scene has been missing. See, this that raw feeling. Freeze packed for full nutrition, and by any means my potential soon reach its fruition. But don't fight the feeling, best go against your intuition. Rebel with many a cause, ask away, I've got my reasons.
Cell membranes, trapped, illuminated screens. Your house is lacking chlorophyll and you're lacking green. These cappers are apping dreams. They got you hooked, now a dopamine fiend. Turn off your screen, explore what you ain't ever seen. Acting alone. But in reality, you're in a room full of kings and queens. Woo is for the children, but the youth them ain't got cream. Just lean, but no support. Network, followers and likes, made up net worth. For actual growth, you gotta put in legwork. Like, why you up last, but always in bed first? Would you be alright if your phone was off for life? Would balls and books replace the scrolls? Honestly, I don't know. But I like to think I'd be alright. Taking pictures for the love and not the likes. Sunsets, riding pedal bikes. Budapest with the wife. Yeah, cooking. That's the only time you'll catch me chefing knives. Making memories with meaningful ties. Living true with no social spies. Like Lucifer, I'm void of lies.
This is called Although Small, It's Always There. Forgot my wallet, popped home but you weren't there. I foresaw it alone, the empty chair. As I was sniffing it, falling in an abyss, a key in the door heralded your return. Joy, reborn, down in the air like it was pints of water with arched brow. You asked, are you okay? Very slowly. Oh, I'm insecure. I see doom everywhere. An untethered sprinkler, the smell of vinegar, the gaze of the picture that's tracking me as I'm mashing tea. On the nightly check, a door unlocked left for a secret lover with a discreet bludgeon. Seriously, I duck when the lights go out. Although it's not a swinging bat, it's just the top of my classes. Or at least it has been to date. I'm not ruling any of these things out just yet. Chance of attacks is a small percent, though the lunges mean my core gets strengthened, I guess. Cried on the phone to my mum when I was 31, 'cause they hardly ever visited the flat with the rats and the spirits in. Imagine the worst when my text was not returned. I ate my poetry, tore your congratulations cake up stoically. But hey, don't worry about me. It's not too debilitating. I search for seeds germinating and crunching, and as you shift at night to permit the arm gap, I feel safe as a house until the 2 a.m. doubts.
.008. This is yours for the next 13 hours. 8 till 9. The first bleep makes my heart skip a beat. Someone needs me somewhere, and quick. Quick. 150 steps, 6 flights of stairs, and a double door on the left that won't open despite repeatedly pressing press here to open. Health app reminds me that I've met my target for the day. The scream of emptiness draws me through blue curtains. I am looking at me. A girl in her 20s, pale with pleading eyes, her arms shielding her belly. One look at the crimson sheets and I know it's too late. I kneel beside her. I take her hand and I tell her how sorry I am for her loss, knowing it won't bring her baby back, but knowing that she needs to know. The high-pitched sound of my bleep chases me to the other side of the hallway. I make my way through silver threads. I am standing before my father. Do you know where you are? Can you count back from 100? Can you draw a clock? Can you? You're tired, I know, but I really need to know. The rhythm of my footsteps serenades the stairways. Now, what comes next is harder. Did you write a will? Did you? Did you cancel your bills? Did you lock the doors? Did you want to be found? Do you regret it? Are there people you could speak to, places you could go, shows that you could watch? Have you ever tried writing how you feel? Do you know why I'm asking you this? You?
Your name, deja vu. A feeling I've known. Youthfulness missed, desperately sown. So let's play a game. I'm Captain Hook, searching for the treasure that you, Wendy darling, stole. I'm not sure whether you knew inside that chest laid my soul, but I need it back. 'Cause I'm allergic to affection. I've experienced pain and bitter rejection. I wanted you to prove me wrong and be my Puritan. I take you twice a day and you'd calm my irritants, be my relief, keep me sane and silence my grief. But you're just the pollen I've long since tried to avoid. In the summer I seek the void where I know you're paranoid. This is where I know you see. Not in faces or lies, but in melodies, delicate keys, the pianist's touch. Major C introduces a tune I've missed so much. I remember a wide-eyed boy, naive to the pain, his arms 9:15 every second of the day, his stomach a forest filled with moths in a frenzy, his knees oak trees fighting contractors' fees, his aura a balloon blown up by an asthmatic, his mind a Crayola product tested by the target demographic. The final bow to the crowd, I still remember so clear and loud. It's in this memory's embrace that I remember you. So yes, water is how I describe you, I confess. Formless, heartless, a delicate mess, so go ahead and stream away, 'cause even though I need you, you'll evaporate and a new block of ice will take your place. You see, you rent in my head and I dwell there, but I didn't jump into your ocean, I fell there. So if I could do it again, I would tie my shoe tight, watch my step, take flight and stay well clear so that I would never have to learn what aquaphobia is. But before I pour your last drops away, tell me just one thing. Did you know I couldn't swim?
It's 1 a.m. You're walking home alone, the hood of your parka up like battle armour against the dark. Your keys, a Wolverine's claw in your clenched fist, ready to gouge and maim and twist and make do mace. You want to be ready just in case. Not because definitely, not because tonight, but because maybe. Like me, when the sun goes down, you are bathed in the bioluminescence of this town, the streets saturated with phosphorescence, your throat constricted by the presence of a tightening garrote. You are choking on the halcyon. The neon lights and LEDs, they wrap around your neck and squeeze, and so you grip those keys harder. Street lights. For our safety, eh? I'll believe it when I see it with my own eyes. This city shows far more than it hides. If you turn a torch onto something in the shadows, the only thing that changes is that thing now has torchlight on it. There can't be secrets in the dark if there's no dark. This place will be safe when people can walk wherever, whenever, and don't have to be constantly glancing over their shoulder because is that older man pursuing them, or does he just happen to be walking the same way when my mate could go jogging end of day and the sunset doesn't, to her dismay, mean people feel comfortable following her home? This city is an ocean. We are at the bottom of its trench. A light in the dark doesn't make me feel safe. I am a whiting on a current, and the sighting of that glow is not indicative of harbour, because what it is I do not know is that it is the esker of an anglerfish luring me in, shutting its jaws. So grip your keys, girl, use your claws.
Did you know the difference between a migrant and immigrant is 2 words? I am. I'm a foreigner who borrowed an identity from the parents who made me. But see, they came to this country, immigrated, but me, I was born here. I want to say I'm planted, don't take for granted that I might look dual, look foreign, Firangi, like I don't belong in the master version of that song. But when you put the right keys together, pull the right strings, it creates a new sound, more profound than you ever got before. My old thinking got me blinking twice, thrice, when to break the ice when they ask, where are you from? Like that comfort hum they would sing along to. But what it means is, where can I slot you? How can I spot you in my catalogue of people? Just like Nas preached, I know I can be me, anything I want to be. Sorry, not sorry, I'm not going to worry about what you think as I sit on the brink of a maybe. Maybe I'll get that call, maybe I won't. But don't get caught up in the smoke with the hope of fitting in when you're meant to stand out. I'm a living contradiction, they say, but with close inspection you will see, like a tree planted, granted it's watered correctly, given the shine, hand on it solid from the divine, it will bloom. Hip hop boom, groomed and perfected whilst chaos ensues, still standing. And passers-by wonder how the blunder didn't squash it, kill it, cut the roots off, annihilate it. They forget I'm in my own world, on my own path, grafting while standing. I'm planted.